Last call.
Last call.
Last call.
Welcome.
Let's call it reunion.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to
Hello, everyone.
Friday night.
Friday
We
night.
just had a
Happy
killer
hour.
Friday night. We had such a good Friday night. Sorry, our best Friday
Very
night
busy
yet
Friday night.
in COVID, in
Hi, everybody.
PC.
Legit.
Post-COVID?
Post-COVID.
Post
Or DC.
No, it's during
AD
COVID.
After
COVID.
After
DC
COVID.
before COVID.
Or
And
AD
No, I think
after
we're- I think we're-
disease.
after disease.
I think we're in it, right? So we're like,
Yeah, we're kind of in it still.
Yeah.
These are those years of like, it's still alive.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, great night.
Great night. We
And we have-
debuted some barbecue. People love tonight. And we have a little
We'll
bit
talk
of
about
that.
it later, yeah.
We had some really killer beers on draft. And
Sold a lot of
We
beer
have-
tonight.
We have a guest tonight.
And we have a
And
guest.
we have yeah.
Hello.
This is
Not just a guest.
Sophie Briggs. This is Sean's daughter, my niece,
Sophie.
Sargon's friend.
Sargon's friend.
All
What, like
around
really
awesome.
your first time out of quarantine other than your root
I
canal?
had a root canal.
Oh, boy.
Like 2 weeks ago?
And
No,
you
it was
said
like
that
a
was
month
more
ago.
fun
A
than
month
this?
ago?
I don't-
I had a root canal.
That was more fun than this, yeah.
And then I've been doing school, and
Online,
that's
yeah.
it.
So you're now a sophomore at UMass?
Yeah, I would
'Cause
say
you
I'm a
finished.
freshman and a half because I'm still taking classes.
Yeah,
the
but you
summer.
finished your first semester, your first year.
I finished my first year full,
Yeah.
but I'm a
Alright.
freshman
just
and a
doing
half
stuff.
because I'm taking summer.
And how was the whole online thing? Was it a nightmare?
Yes, because so I'm a biochemistry pre-med major, so all my classes are really interactive because I take like 3 labs.
A lot of labs.
So basically, they gave us a bunch of data and we're like, okay, just do the lab reports. So like, we have a greenhouse on my campus. For one of our labs, we were supposed to go to the greenhouse and like dissect plants and then go back and like draw all the spores and stuff. But we couldn't go. So they sent us a picture of 36
Spores.
ferns. And we're like, just draw ferns for your lab report. So I drew 36 ferns and did the whole lab report. It took me like 3 hours. But like, that's what class is like. And then like people Zoom bomb and like they'll come on your class and like do things. Like there was this kid that was like jumping in the pool and like there's a kid in the bathtub.
Love
My
it.
teacher was like, buddy.
Did anyone see?
Sorry, let's get a beer.
Get a beer
while we-
going?
yeah,
Yes.
we'll-
There was a national news report today with a hairdresser that was going to be opening tomorrow, and she's in her bathroom, and her husband's naked in the shower. No. It's awesome. It was on like MSNBC tonight or whatever. And she's like, yeah, she's selfieing in the bathroom, and her buck naked husband is in the bath behind her in the shower, just
That
clear
would
as
be
day.
my luck.
Oh, it's
I know
awesome.
That would that's why I always put those fake Zoom backgrounds up.
Right.
I never know what's gonna
Now,
happen.
In the
Sophie,
back of your thing.
the very first case of COVID in Massachusetts
Was at my
was at your
school.
school, right? Chinese kid who came back from vacation.
No, from home.
From
He's
home.
an international student and he
Right.
was from Wuhan, China.
Came back from home.
He went home for winter break, came back, and he never stepped back onto our campus
Right, he went
because
right to the health services.
he came home from not even health services, he went to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
He came home from China. He was feeling off like by the time when he came here.
Yeah.
So he never came back onto campus because he knew what was going on over there. So he went right to the hospital, got tested, he was positive, and they quarantined him in the hospital for
Yeah.
a while.
But he was case 1 in Mass.
Yep.
Right?
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, so what do we got?
All right. So Friday night, we had just kicked the foam keg. I got another specialty
They both
keg,
went
but
so
not
fast.
from foam. They really did. I had a customer who ordered 4, and right after it kicked, like
poor
literally, I just poured the last one, and I look. I have
Well,
another
we should
4.
get his number, and we'll call you back, and you can have the first ones the next time we get
Absolutely, absolutely. I
we
still
will
remember
get
his
more.
name. So Eric Williams, if
it.
you're
All right.
watching.
Eric.
So what I got here today is we've had this brewery from the past. It's Triple Crossing out of Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Another really rare brewery around these parts. They are part of it's like a trio of breweries in Richmond that are very famous. The Answer, the Veil, and this Triple Crossing.
Yep.
This is called Simcoe Triangles. It's a 6%
Okay, so
IPA.
Simcoe hops, so it's going to have some bitter.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
I will let you know, I can smell that with my mask on. And it does smell
it's
nice.
wonderul.
Yeah.
It's
It's
really
wonderful.
citrusy.
It's up there with the foam. I mean, that's really good.
I actually
Yeah.
like it better than.
Yeah, it's really good.
I know that might be blasphemy, but this is better than the foam.
No, it's not
It's
blasphemy.
just so it's a different style. So the foam is a double. The second foam we got was a double IPA with
Yeah.
made with oats. This is going to be a single IPA, 6%, so it'll be a little bit lighter. A lot of Simcoe hops in it. So
Really
But-
bright.
Very
Yes.
bright, but
Almost-
not bitter.
No, it tastes
way less
like
bitter.
like it feels like an Allagash, like the way it drinks, sort of. It doesn't taste like one at all, but
More like effervescent.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Beautiful color. It's great. It's a great beer.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about their beer.
Triple Cross.
This is our third
Triple
one that
Cross.
we've had. The first two that we had sold very quickly, and that was in the beginning. That's actually what got us to buy growlers, was getting this beer in.
All right.
And now we have this one. We're selling it 32-ounce growlers for $20. It's a great deal, and you're probably not going to find this anywhere around here. So.
And what did we decide today? Do we think this is the way to go from now on? I think so.
I like the third.
I like it better,
32
too.
ounce
No
is way
question.
better.
I do too.
Ooh,
No
Nice
more.
guys.
cat-like reflexes.
No more
over
glass.
here.
These are disposable.
Yeah.
It's a
Or
better
turn it-
size.
Or
Bring it home and clean it.
recyclable.
Yeah, you
And
could
use
reuse it.
like when you go out for a hike. It's like a
Yeah, it's
one of those, like-
Disposable or
the
recyclable.
Sherpa water bottles or whatever.
So they're saying I'm in your orbit. Like they can't see so. if I
Oh,
do this.
sorry. I'll stand forward.
Just stand closer.
I'm small.
Oh, there you
I'm sorry.
go. You're fine. Just stand
Triple
there.
crossing. I'm triple the size of Sophie.
Although
so-
if we're gonna measure right now. I don't know, Sargon. I'm pretty close.
Oh come on.
He's
go ahead.
still
Wow.
taller than you.
I'm
No,
pretty
no,
close.
the camera takes you down 2 inches.
He's still taller than you.
Puts on 10 pounds and it shrinks you. So.
When you watch this afterwards, you realize, like in newsrooms, how close people are.
Yeah, they're like this.
They're literally shoulder to shoulder to look close, and they don't look that close together.
No.
We look we are spread out, like right. This, if you hold your hand out, we're 6 feet
Can't
apart.
even touch you.
So we're 6 feet apart,
Yeah.
but it looks very far on
Right.
camera.
So that's triple crossing. Come
So
down
good.
if you. And we sold, like I said, we sold through our crowlers. By tomorrow, I only got one left.
Wow.
So we're 86ing this beer
For the weekend.
Unfortunately, through the weekend, unless I can somehow finagle
Convince.
some crowlers. Yeah.
Yeah, they might deliver.
We'll see how it goes. But what we will have this weekend, we'll have plenty of, is
Barbecue.
This guy right here in front of us.
So we're making our own barbecue. It's all smoked in house. We're doing pulled pork, ribs, mac and cheese, collard greens, coleslaw, barbecue beans, cornbread.
The works.
So here's kind of a sampler plate of everything. We have a really nice Traeger smoker out back, and we've been smoking meats for the last day or so.
It's sold well tonight. So if you ordered some tonight and you're watching, please comment, let us know. I had some of this earlier. It's so good.
It's very nice.
What do you use to smoke?
So it's a cherry oak mix. It's about 75% oak and 25% cherry. So it's got that, which is for pork is perfect. If I was doing beef, then you do hickory, maybe a tiny bit of mesquite. But applewood, cherrywood, the fruit woods, peach, they're great on pork.
So we're doing a half rack of ribs for 16.
Yep.
And a full rack for $32.
And they're huge. They're a big rack.
We're doing a pint of the pulled pork for 15, a quart of it for 30.
Yep.
A pint of the coleslaw for 6, a quart of it for 12.
Yep.
Same with the collard greens and the baked beans.
Yep. And the mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese, I believe it's 8 and 16
8
for the
16.
pint and the quart.
Yep.
And then the cornbread's $1 a piece.
Yep.
And you can find all that online too, and it's super
So
good.
real
I'm gonna try
classic.
some,
Like
but
if you go to a barbecue
I gotta try
house,
some.
I got
here's a fork here.
Are you gonna have any?
Yeah, sure, I'll taste it. If you go to a barbecue place, that's kind of how they sell it.
Sure. I'll take
You know, so you can build your own. You can get some of whatever you want. If you want just the meats, great. If you want sides, whatever.
After this pulled
Oh, it was so good. It's so good.
There's lots of things.
Everything, you know, the pulled pork is going to be served with
I'll
some
do
soft rolls, some pickles, and some pickled onions, so you can make your own little sliders. Everything's the meats are going to have a side of barbecue sauce with them.
Hold this down for 2 seconds.
You just hold your breath while you eat.
Well, today, Governor Baker,
Yeah, we got some news.
What we're going to do when we get open, but you're required to wear the mask when you enter the restaurant, but
until you sit down.
until you sit down and you're about to eat, you can remove your face
Right.
mask covering. So
Well, you know, because he's now gained control of the virus, so it listens to him. You're safe. Once you're sitting in your seat, you're safe. The virus says, no problem. You're going to eat right now. I'm not going to spread.
That's some good mac and cheese, though.
Yeah, it is.
really,
And,
really
and that's
good
our
stuff.
mac and cheese. We didn't change that at all. That's just our mac and cheese.
Cream
We
and
get a
cheese.
5 cheese blend. We get a 5 cheese blend from Paul
Thanks,
Marks,
Jack.
one of our distributors. It's all cheese. We just melt it down, add some milk,
5
cream, and
cheese.
butter. 5. I think it's a
So
5 cheese blend.
Sargon, we thought you said 4 the other day.
It might
and
be
I said
4.
3. And so.
Well, let's
I'm
just
going-
say 7. I mean,
Well,
let's just
I
go
said,
big.
You know, we were close enough either way, but I think 5 sounds way better.
I think
Price
it
is
is.
right. I think Price is Right rules. I'll win.
You probably would win, yeah. But it's just a cheese blend with some cream, some butter, maybe a hint of flour to thicken it up.
All right. I have to try these beans.
Yeah, and I'll cut some ribs here.
I'll have a rib bite.
Oh my God. That
Yeah.
is like
How are the beans prepared?
As
So
far as
good.
barbecue goes, ribs I think are my favorite thing.
Can't
Anybody
find
know?
the.
I can't
Spot.
even.
Have a little mac.
There's a little bit of spice in there.
That's good.
A little bit of. It's like a. We're calling them barbecue beans, but
Yeah.
what else are we putting in that?
Well, so it's a baked bean. It's called a cowboy bean. So there's some garlic and some peppers in there. So it's a tiny bit of spice, and then some barbecue sauce baked
so
in
good,
to add
right?
some sweetness. Ribs, just grab one, eat one.
Yeah. There's no elegant way to do that.
No,
right?
no one get way to eat ribs.
So we're just all gonna look like.
A mess right now.
Yeah. So
Oh, they're good.
guys, here are to the ribs. Cheers.
Yep.
I love barbecue, man.
I got you guys some moist.
I'm so glad we did this.
Thank you.
I wish we did this months ago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's danger zone right there.
Yeah. It's like pork candy.
Well, you have really gotten passionate about smoking over the years.
Yeah, it's hard to do on a large scale though. There's a lot of things that you got to watch, but yes, I've been smoking meats now for 10 years.
And I've been reaping the benefits
and
of
you've been
his
reaping the
smoking for
benefits
10 years.
I make my own rub. I've tried 50 different rubs. I watch all the food, everything we talked about last
Yeah.
night. So yes, and there's nothing. I mean, there's some. You can buy this stuff pre-made in the stores, and it's getting a lot better. But there's nothing quite like when it's fresh smoked, fresh cooked.
Oh my
Plus,
God.
as a restaurant, we tend to get better cuts of meat.
Right.
So if you go to the store and buy ribs, we get better ribs. If you go buy pork shoulder, we get better pork. Same with the beef.
Yeah, this is
Oh, that's
Literally-
phenomenal.
yeah,
Cool.
it's so good. Pulled pork is amazing. I think Ken said over here the pulled pork is Ken's favorite, absolute favorite for barbecue. And the
Well,
first time
try
we
this,
had it
this
was
is
in
good.
Nashville, so
Well-
not a bad place to have
So
it.
the bar is set high.
Well, that's awesome.
And Joe Lavalley is saying no double dipping. So thank
No
you,
double
Joe.
dipping. Yep.
We will not be doing that here.
That's
I
a
want to
good-
just take 1 second to talk about what we found out tonight.
So-
At
so many-
6:15 tonight, we found out
Great things, yeah.
some pretty great news about our opening process here.
So between Baker's conference earlier today and kind of setting some guidelines for us that are really common sense guidelines, things that I think we were going to do
All
anyway.
stuff that we had
All
planned. I was,
stuff we
I was
planned.
really happy to see that there was nothing on there that took me. I was surprised by.
Yeah.
I think and it was a pleasant surprise for me. I think the table limit going from 4 to 6. I thought in my head it would be 4.
Yep.
It was 6, so that was good.
That's nice. Yep.
I also think.
So parties of 6 feet apart.
Yep.
Yep. So you can bring a party 6 in.
And then
Which is nice.
today, we went in front of the planning board via Zoom, along with a couple other restaurants here in town, to go after an approval for our tent idea, and it passed. So as of today, we are allowed to put up our tent that is going to be 20 by 40.
Yep.
It is going to provide all the outdoor seating that we
I'm so
that
excited.
we
I have
can
a
fit
picture
in
right
there
here.
within social distancing rules,
Paul,
within
does
6
that look-
feet.
Can it look right?
Yep. That's the right spot.
We have
So right here's the tent on the outside of our building with
We're going
4
to
tents.
try to do some live music. We're gonna have
No, we're definitely.
We're
doing
definitely
that.
gonna do live music.
seats out there. This will be the spot to be in, and it will be safe.
Yep.
Which is like the
Social
the
distance.
keyword, social distancing, and it'll bring back some normalcy, which I think is the most important part of all of this.
Yeah.
The exciting thing for me is this is something that, even if we weren't having COVID, the pandemic here, I would have loved to do something like this. But I don't know if the restrictions would have held us back in a normal world.
Yeah, I think it would have
So-
been a different. I think it would have been a great idea, and something we would be like, all right, we need to work on this and go after it. I think with COVID, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's something that they're saying, guys, please do this. Go outside if you're going to stay open because coming
And
indoors
it's going
is
to
not
be
where you
beautiful.
want to
We've got some of the elements that Paul has helped.
Oh yeah,
out
and as
there.
you guys all know, Paul from the show,
It's going to look
our
gorgeous.
friend,
Our guy, Paul.
he's the man. What kind of smoker does Sean use? I've been debating between pellet and offset smoker.
So I've got a few smokers. So I have an offset smoker. I have a couple different green egg style smokers, and I have a Traeger pellet smoker. My favorite smoke on all of them is also the hardest one. The offset smoker is the best results, but you have to babysit it the whole time. If you're gonna do a brisket or you're gonna do a pork shoulder, something that takes 8, 10, 12, 14 hours, the offset smoker is a check on it every 20 minutes, change the wood, change the vents and everything. But it's the most, you dial it in. My next favorite result as far as like how well they cook is the egg, because they hold the heat. You set them and forget them for the most part. You check them maybe every couple hours. But the easiest one, and hands down the most consistent one, is the pellet smoker, because you fill it up with pellets of your choice. You can buy any pellets you want. You can buy peach, apple, cherry, oak, mesquite, maple, doesn't matter, whatever you want. Buy any wood you want. You fill up the hopper, you turn on the temp, you close the lid, and you come back when it's supposed to be ready, and typically it's right. So it holds the temp within 10 degrees perfectly the whole time,
So
and
there
it does a
you
great
go,
job.
Andrew.
So if you want really, really
That's what I was
easy,
gonna
the
say.
Traeger smoker.
Yeah, I agree with Sean.
What he said.
If you're looking for a reason to sit outside with a 6-pack of beer and avoid the family, then the offset smoker.
6-pack of beer or a
The,
growler.
Or growler.
my uncle said he's going to have to try the pulled pork because the best he ever had was in North Carolina.
Yeah, well, again,
This is, I'm saying, I don't know if
this
it's
is great.
North Carolina pulled pork, but this is really
really good.
Whatever, for itself. Justin Wood, who's on the planning board, said, hope the tent helps. People feel comfortable visiting. Glad the rest of the board agreed with him on allowing it. So
Yes, thank you very
Justin,
much.
and to the board,
I
planning
mean,
board in Grafton.
The whole world is going outside right now, right? I mean, every
Yep.
city, Worcester, Boston, they're mandating outdoor seating.
Yeah,
Rhode
Governor
Island's
Baker
outdoor.
Right in the
Basically said
press
outdoor.
note said,
So
anybody who can do it outside, let's go.
yeah.
Go.
So thank you for helping us get that done and not making it difficult, because that's where we're headed.
Ray
anyways.
is asking, will the tent have a bar
It
inside
sure-
of it? So we're going to
Yes.
see, maybe come up with something in there. I mean, maybe not in the traditional sense where you sit down at it, but
Oh yeah, no.
No,
service.
there will be no service bar, but
We're
what we're
not
planning on doing is our indoor bar is going to be available to walk in, get drinks, and go back outside. So you won't be able to sit at the bar, but you'll be able to walk in, get drinks, and go back to the tent. But in the tent, we're going to have a little, tiki bar, tent bar. We're talking about maybe a couple frozen drinks every day, right?
hopefully,
Maybe.
yeah, that's the plan.
We'd love to have like a
Now when I
pina
wanna
colada or a frozen margarita or something, and we rotate it. The old school icy machines.
Yep.
And then maybe a couple troughs full of ice and beers. So we'll have some stuff outside, different than what we have in here,
And
just for fun.
So, and Ken's saying that his daughters gave him a gift certificate to Reunion. Go figure. Please book me as soon as possible, and make sure you take care of him. He wants the #1 seat over there.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect.
Ken, we'll be ready for
We'll
you.
reserve you a table, which is, by the way, something we haven't quite talked about yet. Probably.
We'll come up with a game plan.
Yeah, we'll have a game plan. You might be able to go online and reserve a table. We're not sure yet, just to keep the crowds down, so people aren't bumping into each other.
Well,
yes,
Governor Baker
Asked-
said that
we should be doing that.
It's a highly recommended
Reservations only.
reservation, so people don't congregate while they're waiting for
Right.
tables.
We're gonna have to do something like that. Yeah.
And Mackenzie's saying, is that Sophie? Love the hair. Make sure you do the chalkboards.
And
That's me.
yeah. So any of you guys that have been in our restaurant know that we have our beer boards, all the chalkboard behind the bar. When we first opened, Sophie drew all those
Yep.
because we didn't have employees
I
yet.
think the night shift one that's there right now is still the original one.
It
that
may
she
be.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the owl's still mine.
Yep. So that's survived almost 2 years now.
So, Sophie, in this,
Wicked Twisted Pretzels is still mine.
Yeah, and the Wicked Twisted Pretzels.
when you've been watching every day,
Every day.
are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm about to.
We're gonna quiz you.
You're gonna
quiz you a
quiz
little
me? Is this a test?
We had we did a game called Fantasy World one day, and in Fantasy World it was basically the question was asked to Shanigash and myself, if this wasn't COVID, if COVID had not happened, where would we be today? What would the last 3 months have looked like? So you're a college student. We want to know how much has your life changed? If this was Fantasy World, there was no COVID, what would you be doing right now? Would you still be here doing Last Call with us? Are you in Boston? What's your life looking like?
So today was supposed to be my college's graduation.
Oh.
So I have a lot of friends who are seniors because I'm in a pre-med fraternity. So a lot of my friends are seniors. So I would be there today. But
Oh my God.
Not now.
And what a beautiful day. It would have been an awesome day.
Yeah.
It would have been a perfect
And
day.
so you would have been in Boston probably.
Yep.
And over the last 2 months, right?
Yeah.
You weren't coming home too often and all that stuff.
No, we'd go visit her, but she didn't come home too much.
I would be taking finals. Those are done. Yeah, just finishing class.
And would have there been plans for the summer, like you guys planning somewhere
Yeah,
to go?
my spring break trip, we were supposed to go to North Carolina, got canceled. So,
Oh,
yep. But
they have good pulled pork over there.
Yeah, we just heard.
You know, Sophie was going to make us a drink.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so we did food. What's next? A drink.
okay, wait. I'm gonna specify non-alcoholic drink because I'm underage. So, I wanted to.
We're gonna do a mocktail.
Oh, I guess I can touch the alcohol. I just
Yeah.
can't put it in my mouth.
You're welcome to drink an alcoholic
So,
drink.
no.
There's no rules during COVID.
This is the law.
stop you?
The public is watching.
When we were in Greece, did you drink?
One time.
But when
And
you were
it
in
was
Gre-
legal.
When you were in Ireland, did you drink?
No.
But you
I
could.
tasted, but I didn't.
That's
So what are you making us
tasted.
for
There's no.
drink?
Okay.
She's making us a mocktail.
She's gonna make
A
a mocktail.
mocktail because even if I was allowed to drink,
You don't like it, I know.
I don't like it.
I know.
So I'm gonna make a.
Are you sure you're my kid? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna make a virgin margarita.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's a virgin margarita.
Okay.
I
So
know I'm a virgin. Never mind.
Yeah.
start with a shaker.
Yeah.
Put ice.
So you're gonna build the whole thing in the shaker.
Ooh.
shaker.
Shaker.
Pat is
hardly
saying
know her.
she's putting in her reservation for June 12th. It's her birthday. To have a drink with all you guys and celebrate with her.
Great.
Yay!
Yay.
I can't fucking wait. I gotta be honest.
So what do you got there? So that's
so much fun.
limeade.
This is limeade,
Limeade.
which is about a cup.
That's a lot of lime.
Yeah,
no?
it's about. Well, she's making 4 of
I'm
them.
making 4.
Oh, okay.
So
she's
we're
gonna
gonna
build the whole
do
thing. So it's about a
limeade.
little bit over a cup of
About a cup.
limeade, which is basically lime juice and sugar, right? Like the same thing you'd make
How
lemonade
did
out
you
of.
learn how to make this, Sophie?
Google.
Google.
Okay.
Google.
So you're making mocktails.
And now what do you
all
got?
the
Orange
time?
juice.
And then you guys?
A little orange juice.
So what about a cup of orange juice?
A little less.
A little less. 3/4 of a cup of orange juice.
And then simple.
And simple. About a half a cup. So maybe most of that.
Yeah, I would say we'll go a little more.
I'm happy to have. That's probably enough.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then.
And then you give it a little bit of a shake. Yeah. So turn that over.
I don't want to drop.
Give it a. Yeah. There you go.
Shake them high and proud, like
Over your head.
over your shoulder.
And you go, hey everyone, look what I'm making.
Exactly.
Then you take that off. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, I
Stretch.
didn't do the rules here.
Now we know she's a Briggs.
Oh yeah. So you gotta. So now we have to line the rim the
I
glass.
should have done this first.
That's fine. There's no rules there. You're fine. Little lime on the rim, and then what do you got here? Salt.
This is salt sugar.
Salt and
mix,
sugar. So that's
like half
interesting.
and half.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't
usually
know
it's
if I've
just
ever
salt.
done a salt sugar one. I'm excited to
Perfect.
try
Look at that. Beautiful. So we rim the glasses.
Glasses, he said.
it. You came prepared.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna fix our 3. We'll taste them and then we'll fix them.
We'll fix them.
Well, I mean, we'll make them into actual margaritas.
Am I not good enough for you?
You're good enough for me all day long. But the drink.
It's nice having Sophie here.
Yeah. Look, Sylvie. Nice job. Looks like you've done that before. You sure you don't drink occasionally?
Oh, are you just saying that because your dad?
Yeah. She's just saying that. 'cause Dad's here.
Positive, I'm not saying that because
I do like the Prince shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
To go with the leopard.
The
my
leopard skin
leopard
mask.
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 So what are we adding to the margarita when it's
Oh,
our
just
turn?
need ice.
So I think we're gonna add a little Don Julio tequila.
I feel like this Don Julio bottle's been finding its way on the show almost all the time.
We haven't drank more.
Didn't we just open that?
I think we had some last night.
I don't think we just opened
No, we didn't just open. This has been around a long time.
that.
All right, so fill some double rocks glasses with some ice.
This looks like a perfect.
Yeah, this is like a tutorial on how to make a mocktail.
I love it. Other way.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, because the teeth.
Exactly.
And then you go. Oh, this is real slippery. Okay.
I am here. Let's get those out of your way.
Where does it come out of here?
Right here.
Okay.
Yep.
Super easy. There you go.
There you go.
I am
Yep.
impressed.
Go to the next one. You got to pour quick. You got it. Perfect. Good job, Soph.
All right, Sargon, you've been replaced.
And then just add the rest. Keep going.
We'll see you later,
no,
everyone.
keep going.
Oh,
Fill
we
it right
gotta
back
Have
finish.
up.
fun.
Use it all up. You're hired.
Perfect.
All right, we got a new bartender in town.
All right.
And then what do you say? You top it with
Top
soda,
it with club soda.
little club soda, which
Don't
is
go
this.
all the way because we still gotta make
Yeah,
room,
just a
make room for cream and tequila.
Usually it's just like
push down. There you go.
perfect.
One.
And then you garnish it with a lime.
That's no joke, you know, doing your first real cocktail on camera.
Perfect.
Take 4
We all
limes
know
and stick them
that,
on there.
My hands are clean.
We all know that
We're all
it can
clean.
be,
All right, don't worry. The alcohol will kill everything.
The COVID will kill it.
Are we squeezing it in and putting
Nope,
it in?
just push it down right on the edge
right
like
down,
that.
yep.
Exactly, that's it. Done.
Who cut those? Whoever cut them should have given you
A slice. I didn't do the
Slice.
slice.
that's setting her up
Mother
to fail
Nature
right
has a
there.
slice right in the end of them, in the middle of them, though.
Not really, no.
Yeah, you got it.
I just don't want to break it.
You won't break anything.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
your dad set you up to fail on that one.
It's
No, you
okay.
did a good job.
I'm just like giving you a hard
Perfect.
time about being
All
a
right.
bad dad.
Which one has the most like?
And Sean is gonna quickly turn.
Well, I'm gonna
his
taste it
things
first.
Into yeah, we should do that.
So,
Mocktail.
mocktail margarita.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
To the best mocktail in Grafton right now.
Oh, it's good.
It's great.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
It's missing something.
It's missing
It is missing something.
that.
You know what they say?
When in Rome,
Sean can put the
Oh.
in cocktail. So
Absolutely.
The salt
All
and
about it.
sugar is really good
The salt and sugar is really good.
because the salt offsets the tartness of the lime.
So everything you did here sounded like a margarita until you did that, and I like it.
it's
I
good.
like it a lot.
The salt and
I've never
sugar,
done it.
I've never done it.
I'm changing that.
That's
for
good.
me. A mix.
But you showed me the recipe, and that's what the recipe said, right? It's
I
great.
like the idea because I
Where'd mine
agree.
go? Oh.
They think, oh, the lime is really tart, so you need the salt to offset the tartness, and then sweetness adds to the drink. It's not too harsh for people that don't like salt.
That's a legit margarita.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Awesome. So awesome job.
Great job.
That was perfect.
Very fun.
It's good.
Yeah, it's very good.
All right. Well, you're on the show. It's game time. What game are we doing?
What game are we doing?
Yeah. You get to pick right now.
Oh. Have you guys done Would You Rather yet?
Oh, Would You Rather is always a classic.
Let's do
So
that.
let's do Would You Rather. I'm going to look up some right now.
Would you rather?
Would you rather, and maybe I don't know if I asked it on the show. Would you rather be half your height or double your weight?
Double my weight, 10,000%.
Double my weight.
Double your weight?
Yeah.
Double my weight, yeah.
Oh man, no
You
love for
half your
no
height?
love for the
How tall would
little
you be?
people.
I'd be
If I
3
was
foot
7 foot tall,
That's
maybe,
true.
but like if I was,
Think about it.
You'd be 3
I'd be
foot
the
two.
tallest of all of us. I'd be 3'2".
yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd be like,
You're
yeah,
right.
2 foot.
Give me
some-
400
Well, so
pounds. I'll
what if
take
it was
right
like
now.
double your weight or like 1/3 less your height?
Well, no, it's supposed to be hard. That's why it takes,
But that was what I'm saying. That's not
it
hard.
takes
No one
brain
wants
power
to,
to
be 3 foot
answer the
tall.
question.
Sean's like, what if like double your weight or 5'7"? Like, cut it out. Come on.
Sorry, I'm
I'm
overthinking.
5'7".
Double my weight.
I'm 5'7". It's not too bad.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
So, all right, give us another one.
All right, here we go. Sorry, I gotta load it up. I didn't have it at
That's
the
all
ready
right.
because I just wanted to see what Soph was gonna say.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little impressed with myself. This is really
It's a good drink. It's a really good drink. No, that's a really nice margarita. And you got to get some of the rim with it. It's even better.
Yeah, it's so good.
So, would you rather be a bird or a horse?
A bird,
Bird.
A bird or
Do I get to pick the bird? Bird.
bird or a horse?
Bird
You
for
said.
me, for
Bird.
definitely bird, no question.
Why? Why would you pick a horse?
Well, I don't know. Horses are. It
They're
seems like a fun
on
life.
the ground. You can just run around on 4 legs with somebody on your back. It's the same thing.
Well, you could be a wild horse. You don't have to be like a trained.
That'd be challenging.
But like being like an eagle, like you could be an eagle or a hawk or something. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'd be
Albatross.
fine with being just like a little bird anyway. Like
Just a
the
little bird.
ability to fly conquers all for me.
All
Like,
right. Well, so here to piggyback on the bird question, would you rather have wings but can't fly, like a chicken, or gills but can't swim?
gills but can't swim.
Gills but can't swim.
Interesting.
No, I'd rather have wings but can't fly because I like swimming too much.
I feel like the wings would get in the way.
All right.
Of my swimming?
You know, of your like life. Like if you just have wings
Well,
attached
I mean,
to
if
your
you have
hands
wings
and
and
you're
you
like,
can't fly, you might be a penguin, and then you could swim, so you have both.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So maybe that's better.
So I would definitely want to be I think I would rather be the bird.
Yeah, I think bird.
The problem is the bird's got a lot of like, they got to fly south. There's a lot of work involved, depending on the kind of bird you are.
They might enjoy it.
there are stationary birds.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have
there
like
are.
some birds that are
Maybe
here
I'd be
year
like
round.
a penguin. Maybe I'd be a penguin.
A cardinal. We have those year round.
Yeah, I got look the body type anyway. So.
Or, yeah, sure. Why
Fun.
not?
And the wings are the gills. The gills, man. The wings are that's going to bed.
Yeah,
there's just a
gets in
lot
the way.
going on.
It's in the way.
There's just too
Probably
much.
get used to it though. I think.
You might.
What if you could
But then
glide
they'll be like,
though?
oh, dude, could you fly? And they'll be like, no, man, these are not flying wings.
They're
What
just-
if you
They'll be
could?
like, oh, yeah, hey, well, you just have wings?
What if you could glide though? Because if the surface area is there, if you jumped off a building and just
Just
stuck
got
your arms
those
out,
wings.
you
like,
could
like an
glide.
ostrich.
They
Like,
don't do anything.
yeah, I'm an ostrich. I just
that's
got
how-
Oh
these
my God,
wings.
you have gills? Like Aquaman? Like you could, no, can't swim in the water. I'll
you
die.
have- If you have wings though, you could definitely glide. Because remember, so one time at our grandparents' house, there was a turkey that flew up to the top of a pine tree and it got stuck up there. And it was there for like hours. And we
remember
sat
that.
in the living room and watched it. We were like, oh, when is it going to come down? We were really nervous about it because it was huge.
Huge turkey.
It jumped and then it just glided down. Didn't have to like flap its wings or fly.
Nope,
just stick your
kinda
hands out.
glided down to the ground.
All right, here's one. You could be the best athlete in the world or the smartest person in the world.
Smartest person in the world.
Smartest person.
Easily.
Hands
I see. I don't know, man. Ignorance is bliss. So, like, if you just,
Well,
you
that's
know,
why you're so happy, right?
yeah, I've been known to be very happy. Not cynical or depressing at all. I think if you know too much,
So which sport?
no, just I mean,
Oh,
like,
just in general.
oh yeah, I mean, if I could pick a sport.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's one. We always talk about, like, or I always talk about anyway. If you could pick, you're gonna score the game-winning goal, Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7 in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Game-winning shot in overtime, Game 7 NBA Finals. The game-winning home run in the to win the World
Right.
Series, or the game-winning, touchdown pass to win the Super Bowl. Which one are you doing?
Super Bowl.
Really? Super Bowl?
Well, it's the biggest sport in the world.
Let's see. I don't know. I think
there's just something about, so in basketball,
I was just thinking, like, I'm remembering those moments with Jordan, like, when there's, like, 0.2 seconds left, you know, and he just,
I would be happy with any of them. Don't get me wrong; they're all amazing.
I just wouldn't pick baseball because then by that time no one's paying attention.
oh my God, it's so true. I mean, baseball's a dying sport,
Baseball's got to get their act together.
Yeah.
All the other sports are figuring it out, and they still don't know what they're doing.
Well, who's the biggest athlete, like, or the best baseball? Like, he's not marketable, and nobody knows his name. And
Right? Like
Mike
who's
Trout is like the most
Mike Trout.
boring. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, we don't.
I don't even know that name.
Yeah,
Wasn't-
what does he
Baseball
play
is struggling
for?
right
He's
now.
literally like his stats are amazing.
He's the
best
best.
baseball player.
Wasn't Big Poppy popular? He's
Well,
a
yeah.
baseball
Well, of
player.
course.
Yeah, I don't sports, so I'm not very good at. I'm not very good
You
at
don't sport.
that trivia.
Yeah, for me, I don't know basketball. I mean, last year Toronto Raptors were playing the Philadelphia 76ers. Game 7, game is tied. Kawhi Leonard,
Sure, we
three-point
watched.
shot went boom, boom, it went in. I mean, the crowd erupted. I mean, that's what better moment can you have?
It's a great moment. Yeah.
But then again, Tiger, when he, we
Well,
were
yeah,
thinking those four sports, but in golf, won the Masters, completed his comeback.
So, like, that's something about that, like, the sort of the individual.
The truly individual sports.
You know, there's, like, the.
Yeah, tennis
like,
and golf.
To,
And
to get to a point where you're throwing the winning touchdown, you've only played a little portion of what
Game is.
how that game got won.
True.
I mean,
right. Yeah, you're just a
whereas,
piece
like,
of
when
it.
you're Tiger, if you win, you won.
Yeah, it was
Nobody's-
It's all you.
It was only you. And that's similar, and same with the basketball thing, but there's definitely something about
It's a team
nobody's
sport.
catching it on the
It's a
other
team
end, you
sport.
know?
Yeah.
But still,
so-
like, it's the gratification of like doing something for your team too. Though I feel like that's like a different level of like.
I'm sure. See, I never played team
Gratification.
sports, so.
Neither
don't-
did I.
yeah.
But I would. So if we're doing sports now, I like gymnastics. So I would want to do like the best backflip off the beam that won the gold medal or something.
Isn't that
So Nadia Comaneci?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles right
Simone
now
Biles,
is
yeah.
killing it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe like the, and I don't follow women's gymnastics, but I know the name Simone Biles, and I think she's like,
beast.
I would say
that's what I heard. She's
I would say
amazing.
of all female sports, gymnastics is probably one of the ones where, I mean, like, we know them all. Mary Lou Retton, right? Nadia
Allie
Comaneci.
Raisman.
Yeah, like, we know. So those women are really,
Who's the
truly...
girl who broke her ankle and did the thing, or
Nancy
Yeah, yeah.
Kerrigan,
Oh,
right?
No,
yeah.
not that was
No, that's an
figure
ice
skating.
skater.
Oh,
No, you're
she
talking
went and
about...
did the thing
yeah.
again.
I know
Right.
exactly who you mean, but I don't know her name.
I forget it. Carrie. Something.
Kerry Strug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's a sport where women really are elevated. So I can think of a couple women golfers. I don't know any women...
Women's soccer does well.
Well, what about
Yeah,
like,
well, the team, of course.
men's swimming and racing? Usain Bolt and Michael
Yeah,
Phelps
sure.
made names for themselves at the Olympics, and I mean, are
It's
they
just-
the best athletes in the world? I mean,
It's
they
one
don't
of those weird
go-
sports where it doesn't... There's no pro version,
Sure.
right? So,
you
like...
only
the
get to see them
Olympics
every 4
is
years.
pro.
You're either you're a star college athlete, then you win a bunch of Olympic gold medals, and then there's no pro.
Well, then you do
swimming.
press for your
So,
career, or you
you
can
sell
just go to
weeds.
the Olympics
Ken-
again.
Yeah, exactly.
Ken
Or you
thinks that the
smoke pot,
smartest
like-
person would step over an athlete.
Exactly.
I think so too.
And my uncle, so he's like, so you're basically asking, would you rather be Michael Jordan or Bill Gates? I don't know. Like I said, like I
Or
just
Elon
think,
Musk, or
I think like if you had that
Maybe
level
not, I don't know.
of fame and you were that good at what you did, and if you had enough brains to get there, right?
Yep.
You got to be a smart person, but you don't know everything or whatever. That's a whole burden to have on yourself.
But also, if
And
you're
Ken, Bill Gates, I did work on some of his homes. Of course you did, Ken. All right, we got to hear that story
yeah, I
at
was
some
gonna
time.
say that'd be a good story.
Maybe we got to bring Ken on as a guest.
I
That's
think
what we
that
need
sounds
to
like
do.
a good idea.
That's a great idea.
We'll compile a couple questions for him.
All right, so I think unless you guys want to do another Would You Rather, I think that was it. So how did
No,
you
that
guys-
was fun.
was great.
Awesome.
it's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sophie,
for
for
joining
coming on.
us.
Thank you for
Thanks for coming out in public and
Anytime.
risking.
Well, it's
your
worth
life.
it for last
Bye,
call,
All right,
right?
guys. Good night.
Thanks
See you
a lot.
All
tomorrow.
right, guys.
See ya.
Cheers.